Hello. Today I'm going to cover an example referencing a Chuck Todd gun reform statement during a preview for NBC's Meet the Press of interpreting what someone says but with the most dishonest interpretation possible. I'm calling this, for obvious reasons, deception by dishonest interpretation. It's a style of deception that is primarily used by those who are less concerned with honest criticism and more concerned with getting their followers riled up and thus getting them clicks, followers, and money. It's also used by those so unwilling to give someone they don't like any sort of fair shake that they will continually misinterpret their words. How often do conservatives admonish liberal media and far-left personalities for doing this type of dishonest interpretation? A lot, and for good reason. It's a common deceptive tactic, whether it's used purposefully or in ignorance. This story is a perfect example of this. If there is a card here, it links to a full video on this type of deception. If the card isn't there, it means I haven't made it yet, but I will. Here's a tweet from the Media Research Center. Remember when @ChuckTodd claimed he was an unbiased person? He just equated conservative support of the Second Amendment to not wanting to stop shootings. First, I don't really watch Chuck Todd, so I don't know if he's unbiased or not, although everybody is biased in some way or another. But I see all too often people claiming someone is extremely biased just because the person disagrees with them or says something they don't like. I'm not saying that's the case here, but it's something we all have to be aware of so we don't claim extreme bias when it's nothing more than disagreement. The more important part of the tweet bears repeating. He just equated conservative support of the Second Amendment to not wanting to stop shootings. That's a very potent accusation, claiming that, for any reason, conservatives don't want to stop the shootings that are so common in the United States today. So let's take a look at their linked article and get to the bottom of this. The article is from the Media Research Center themselves, and the first paragraph certainly sets the tone with, "The liberal hackery was strong on NBC's Sunday Today as political director Chuck Todd claimed that the debate on how to stop gun violence in America was not a discussion on the method, but a refusal by Republicans to want to stop the killing of innocent people at all." Willie Geist, host of NBC's Sunday Today, said, "We heard Joe Biden is trying to get Congress to do something. How many times have we heard that before?" he complained, seeming preferring for Biden to do away with the Second Amendment via executive order. Does anything change with the president? Is there any room for growth? Is there any room for movement on the question of gun safety? Todd responded by claiming that his side of the aisle wasn't the problem. It was the Republicans who didn't want to end the killing. Hard stop. I don't think so. This is not a problem on the Democratic side of the aisle, Willie. This is a problem on the Republican side of the aisle. Hard stop. And the way things are working in Washington, and look, when you deal with the gun issue, this isn't something you want to do with one party. And so, I do think there's a hesitance there. And look, there's not complete unanimity about how to deal with this on the Democratic side of the aisle. The article goes on to say that the Republicans' position was to enforce the laws that were already on the books, and it was a mental health issue. Did Chuck Todd say anything at all about the Republicans not wanting the killings to stop? No. Did he even remotely imply this? Not that I can see. He's simply saying that, although the Democrats don't all agree on how to move forward, the Republicans are refusing to do anything of substance, so it's incumbent on them to reach across the aisle. Therefore, the problem of not fixing the constant mass shootings is on the Republican side of the aisle. Hard stop. Does Chuck Todd say why the Republicans are doing what they're doing? No. There could be any number of reasons, such as defending the Second Amendment or believing that fewer guns won't solve the problem. He's simply saying that currently the Republicans aren't doing what he thinks they should, and therefore he thinks the problem is on the Republican side of the aisle. Even if you disagree or think Chuck Todd is a partisan hack, it doesn't give you the moral right to lie about what he said. All this does is lead to a further degradation of our modern society. In closing, this claim that Chuck Todd claimed that the Republicans don't want to end the killings is absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't matter at all what you think of Chuck Todd himself. We cannot further propagate this type of deceptive reporting, either by the mainstream media or any smaller outlet, conservative or liberal. Can we honestly expect anything to improve if we tolerate or even support this type of journalism? No. We have to all decide which is more important, honesty and integrity, or lies and deception regarding those with whom we disagree for whatever reason, personal gratification, money, or anything else. I vote honesty, even if it means agreeing with someone I don't like or giving them credit for doing something good or beneficial. Sure, Chuck Todd didn't really do or say anything of importance here, but he certainly didn't claim Republicans don't want the killing to stop. We must be better. We must stop these types of deceptive practices, and we must not support those who engage in them. Calling out deception is good, but we can't ignore the deception by those on our side. And we certainly need to avoid engaging in the deception ourselves. Demand more from your media. My name is Eric Schmidt. Thank you very much for the view, and if you take issue with anything in this video, please let me know in the comments. If you like what I do, please like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments as well. It helps me more than you might know. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.